Oh yeah, that's all it is.
All right. So welcome everybody back to your favorite podcast ever. Welcome. What's the name? Hanging with the homies.
Oh
So
no.
cheers, guys. We got our because the Chelita logo won.
Hell yeah.
The
Oh,
colors over
okay.
there.
Look at that.
So,
Oh
so
yeah.
that's why we're doing the cheers.
That was the best
Cheers.
one.
Yeah.
So just real quick, shout out to people that watched the whole thing. I don't think Caesar and I were expecting people to watch the whole thing.
I watched
Actually.
the whole thing. Actually, I watched the whole thing like at 1 a.m.
That's
Damn.
the best
while
time to
playing
watch it.
chess. Yeah.
While playing chess, dude. That's even better.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
I don't know how to
actually-
play chess.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't
actually-
either.
Not until what's the series? Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. Yeah.
Yeah, I popularized it. That's actually our first topic for today, Joe. What did you think? You actually watched it. Thank you so much. What did you think about our first episode?
I enjoyed it a lot actually. I had a lot of fun listening to it. And I had no idea that Caesar was so insightful.
So lame? Oh yeah. So
Oh, no.
insightful.
I don't know if it's insightfulness more
Lame
than just,
lame
fucking lame as fuck.
Maybe an
Nah.
in-between, a little bit of both.
No, I think I agree with a lot of the stuff that you talked about.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Maybe it's just because you watched the Joe Rogan podcast too, but
Probably. That's probably it.
Oh no, we have all these biased opinions here.
Hell yeah.
oh no, the intellectual bubble.
But I mean, that's the cool thing about Joe Rogan. He invites so many people.
Yeah.
Again, well, maybe we are a
Yeah.
little biased, but fuck it. You know,
I mean, it's like honestly the best podcast format that you can have is
Mhm.
inviting multiple different people because like it gets so boring if it's the same motherfuckers over and over. Like,
Yeah.
you know? And I think like what I really like about the Joe Rogan is that they're specialists and comedians. They're more like professionals,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and you get so many different flavors of the podcast because you get like really interesting experts on there talking about really interesting. You get athletes, you know, just that make me feel like shit about the way I live.
Actually.
Yeah, and then you have like just the comedians where they're just hanging out talking shit. I think that's definitely the best. But I also listen to like hardcore history
Mm,
or history on fire where they're just kind of like telling a story,
yeah.
Mhm.
which I think that's really cool. And I consume that like crazy, especially when I was going around to classes.
Mhm.
I throw on a 5-hour podcast just for fun.
I don't want to like recommend too many podcasts. If not, they're going to notice that those podcasts are better, and they're going to stop
Whoa,
listening
whoa, whoa, whoa,
to
whoa.
this one.
Not better.
So,
Not better.
Not better, just
so, yeah. So let's.
oh,
let's
but I
not
had a lot of
throw too
fun
much
listening to you
flowers.
guys.
Nice.
I had a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
the feedback was I thought it was pretty unexpected. It got a lot more hours watched than I thought. It according to YouTube, it's 1.1 thousand minutes. I don't know why it puts it in minutes. Who counts like stuff in minutes?
YouTube does.
Probably because they input it into like some database Excel spreadsheet
Mhm.
or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
An unexpected side effect of doing a podcast is I was thinking about it more than I wanted to. So like I hate that YouTube gives you the analytics. So because I was just looking at that constantly, I was like, whoa. And then just thinking I would rewatch it and then try to think of what one person who watched it was thinking while they were watching it.
God damn.
But then it gets to so many views that you can't, it's unrealistic to keep it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even watch a second of our podcast.
Yeah, I watched it like 4 times because I was doing the subtitles. So I got so tired of my own voice. I was like, I wanted to punch myself in the mouth. I was like, God, who
That's what
actually
happens.
listens? But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing the subtitles anymore. So spoiler there, because I was checking how many people actually watch the subtitles, and it's 0.6% of.
Oh
people.
no.
Oh no, that's like 15 hours of your life.
Yeah,
It's a learning experience.
Yeah. That's the good way to say it.
Well, not gone. That 0.6% appreciated it.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
true.
one person who watched 2 minutes of it who appreciated those 2 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Those
So,
2 minutes were
It was
the
all
best.
worth it,
Hell
definitely.
yeah.
No, but yeah, I don't
One
think that's good.
person that watched it for 2 minutes.
Thank you
It's
very
all
For
for
much.
you.
sure.
It's all for you.
For sure. Actually, Joe, I wanted to ask you, um, well, Caesar, you watched Joe's class when you were starting out?
No, it was the other way
It
around.
was the other way around.
Oh,
He
dude, it's
was my
interesting
first
because
observation. Yeah.
I watched you, Joe. Okay, so
Yeah.
Joe, do you remember? You probably don't, but do you remember Caesar's
I
class?
remember. Oh, I remember things.
What did you think about it?
First,
It was a Peñafiel.
it was at Peñafiel. That's what I remember.
Oh, you
And I was
both
like,
remember. That's
dude,
cool.
I love Peñafiel.
Dude, that shit was the bomb.
I don't
That
think that
that
account
was
is there
awesome.
anymore.
I remember just sitting there in the little couch watching his class, and he was just talking to them, which was great. I didn't expect that because that was my first observation, like observing like a real class, like
An
business
OG.
class.
Do
Yeah.
not follow the rules.
That was like the worst person you could have watched.
Exactly.
No, it actually it kind of watching you kind of propelled me to where I wanted to take my classes, which
Mhm.
is just like hearing opinions and just letting them talk it out and just correcting them. That's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Just letting them express opinions, correct them when they say something wrong, and just hear them out.
Yeah.
And talking to them, and I think like most things, not taking it too seriously. You
Mhm.
know, if you take it too
Definitely.
seriously, you get a lot of things that really
I feel
shouldn't
like
be.
you even get grumpy. Well, that
Yeah.
happened to me. Like, and then it's just a lose-lose.
Mhm. Yeah, you begin to resent it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
That's dope.
That's very interesting because when you came to observe me, I was very hyper aware. I
Really?
was, yeah, it was my first observation. It was my
Oh,
first time
Oh,
someone
being
it,
observed.
observed by
it was
a new
your
Observing you.
person.
first for both of you. That's
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We took each other's virginity.
So I kind of like in that
Popped each other's
situation, I was
cherries.
like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do what I always do, and if this
Mhm.
guy snitches on me, he's gonna get some stitches. No lie. But like I remember
We
we
gonna meet
stayed
me
after
out
the
back.
class. We stayed
Mhm.
after the class
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, you liked it? Yeah, that was cool." And I was like, "All right, this homie's a homie. He won't snitch on me, you know?"
No, we're not snitching here. Well, I think we're snitching on each other now. So
Exactly. But I no longer work there. I don't know about
nah,
you.
I still do. So
Yeah, yeah, we might want to keep it light on those comments. I don't think like anyone important from Jurgle watches this though.
nah, but you never know.
You never know exactly.
You never know. The mother of my child is HR. So
Yeah, she
Respaldado por
didn't
el
watch it,
barrio.
right?
what?
She didn't watch it, right?
Uh, she didn't watch it. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Well, not because I'm not making her. It's just because we have a child.
Yeah,
Right.
little
How is that?
a little more important.
Well, I dropped them this week, so that's probably not good.
Oh God. Oh my
You
God.
dropped
What
you dropped
happened?
your
No,
kid?
I didn't drop him. Okay, I'll tell you guys what happened. I was taking care of him. I was in charge of the baby because Sam, my girlfriend, was in a call. She was going to take a call. So he's getting ready. I change him. He's getting ready to go to sleep, and I need to get his toy. Like he has like this little kicker, to keep him entertained. So I go to the living room. I put him down in a stroller, but he doesn't want to be on a stroller. So I put him down on the couch, and it's like that one-seater couch, and I put him in between the cushions, like in the corner, between the corner and the cushions, so he doesn't fall. And literally for 2 seconds, I just came to the office to pick up the toy, and I went back. When I come back, he's leaning forward, and he just pops off the couch.
Oh, so you did drop him.
So,
I
oh,
mean,
you thought I was kidding?
I don't know if it's dropping him more than
He let him fall.
More than
free. It's a free kid. That
Literally
child
let him
child
down.
exhibits freedom.
yes,
You know.
freedom to
I'm not
lean
sure if
forward,
that's
which
a healthy kind of freedom.
I didn't
Yeah.
know he was able to do. That's another thing that you figure out
Yeah.
as a parent is that
Yeah.
like all of a sudden they know how to do new things. And you're
You're
like,
like, oh shit.
oh, okay. I gotta watch you now. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's
So what
so
can he
crazy.
do now? So can he wiggle more?
he can wiggle. He can. It's really cool. Like for people that don't have kids, it doesn't seem like such a big deal. But
No, it does. That's why we don't have kids.
I don't have kids.
well, he can touch. He can grab his toes now. Like he can.
Oh.
He puts.
That's cute.
He's beginning to like lean forward, which is like the dangerous part because that's when he's like gonna start like rolling over.
Yeah.
So you got to start watching him. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's beautiful, but 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
Oh wow.
You know, it's funny. Every
That's some
parent
sound
says that.
advice.
Every single parent I've ever talked to says
Yeah.
that. Same exact
Take
thing.
your time. Take your time. Yeah.
You know
It's,
what? Unless they're boomers, because then they want you to have children for some
hmm
reason.
hmm
And they're like, you should have a kid, mijo. Like, you should, why don't you have a kid yet?
I
Like,
feel like that's more for women though. I don't think men get that as much.
no, I've gotten it.
You've
I've
gotten it?
gotten it. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I've
man.
gotten it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
think,
do you think about that or not?
nah, I don't want a kid.
Okay.
I'm not the right person for children. I'm not.
oh,
That's
I'm not.
that's a
I'm
very
not
wise
either.
thing
I
to
don't know
say.
who put me in charge of that little person.
Now
It's
Joe's wrong.
tough.
I think Joe's gonna be a good dad. But Caesar, no, you're definitely not.
I don't think I think I just infect my kid with some radical ass thoughts
Make
and
him watch
like
The Kids Next Door. And that
like
show
but
is
for
radical.
real. But
Mhm.
like for real.
And
I
that's
miss
a
that show.
real thing. That's a real thing that you don't think about. Like, what are you going to? What kind of values or what kind of ideas do you want your kid to have or not to have? Like, my girlfriend and I, we always have this conflict because I think I did this. Okay, my volume went down. I We have this conflict that um, she and and her family are very superstitious, right? And
Okay.
I'm not, right?
So
So
how does that go?
like the home remedies and stuff like that. Like
Oh
something
yeah.
happens and I'm like,
That's the
oh,
spicy.
I'm not okay with that. Like, hold on, let me Google this really quick to make sure it
Could we
doesn't.
get a little bit more specific with home remedies?
Oh yeah, like the
I'm
Mexican
curious.
like that Mexican ritual of the egg and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Oh,
actually pretty normal.
cleansing to
Mhm.
cleanse the baby.
It's
To
really normal
cleanse
for a
Alright.
Mexican
him,
family.
or even like little things. Like, I don't know how true this is, but they say that when you come from outside you shouldn't be near the baby right away because you have like this energy from outside and you want to like let it
It's called
dissipate.
COVID.
It's called COVID.
Pretty sure.
Well, yeah. No, but
No, but
even
yeah,
before that, yeah, like they're like, oh, you're too warm.
okay.
You're
So
too
they're
warm.
like both parents are like that. You're too warm.
It's mostly her mom, like her
Damn, man, step in
family.
the fridge for a second. Jesus.
Yeah,
What you doing?
it's like you got to cool down a little bit before you go. So you got to like hang out.
Mm.
Which with stuff like that, okay, like it doesn't really affect the baby, but when it comes to like my baby ingesting something, like even my mom too can be
Oh yeah.
very like superstitious. Like, oh, he has this, give him this, right? Like, yeah, that is not pediatrician recommended.
Yeah. I don't know if the FDA would approve of this.
Of
Right, right.
course. No, so that's something that you kind of have to deal with when you get together because you will have like those conflicting ideology
Definitely.
which you don't come across those things until there is a little person involved.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what's gonna happen like in terms of religious beliefs? Are you gonna teach him stuff? What's gonna happen? I don't want to get
Teach
too
him
much into it because we
stuff.
kind of talked
No,
about it a lot
that's
on that one, but I'm curious.
um that was an interesting conversation too, right? Because also like my girlfriend has these beliefs and stuff. She's really like into spirituality. She's not religious.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Her
different.
mom, yeah, her mom used to be like really Catholic, but then she worked at the church, like at the cathedral here in Mexico City.
Hmm.
And she figured out, she's like, oh yeah, there's some crazy stuff happening there. So they're more like spiritual, which is still like really freaky to me.
Yeah.
Um, but my, what I told my girlfriend was like, what I want to do is I want to expose him to everything, not for him to believe, but just so he has that
So
information.
he's
Like,
aware.
yeah, like this is how Christianity works. This is where it came from. This is how, Islam works. This is how Judaism
This is
works.
Tolkien. This
This
is
is,
old
yeah,
Elvish.
this is, yeah, exactly. This is the Force. Uh,
Yeah,
and then just let him, kind of find his own way.
that's nice.
But at the same time, let him know what's true. And more importantly, what I told my girlfriend is I want him to be able to detect bullshit.
Hmm.
Damn, that's a good one. That's important.
That's key. I think critical thinking is like the
Mhm.
bedrock for everything else.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
So that's good.
Yeah,
Just
because
give
when
him
you're,
like some mushrooms when he's 2 or 3, man, or
Oh,
something like that.
I'm curious. I
what'll
wonder if that's
happen.
bad for them.
Yeah, that's definitely bad. I
See,
looked
this
it
is why
up.
we're not
It's
parents.
bad.
I have already researched it.
Yeah,
I was gonna
can't
do
use
it.
DMT either.
Damn. You you look at the search results
No
of
crack.
at what age can I do drugs with my kid? At what age
Yeah,
can I do mushrooms with my kid?
that is something that I will do eventually.
You have to
When
invite
he's
me
old.
over when you do that.
When we do that, just let him trip out. Um, be with him because I think those things are helpful, right? I don't want to
Yeah.
encourage the use of drugs, but I also want to, let him be curious. Let him be curious. But that's one thing that my girlfriend and I agree is just like maintaining his curiosity because a lot of things can take away your curiosity at a very young age, especially religion.
Mhm.
If you grow up in a religious environment.
I just watched a history of swear words this week, and they were just talking about that also. Like
Mm,
the reason most swear words are like censored or whatever, like the root of that is religion.
mhm.
That's where
Yeah,
like profane comes from, the word.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that goes to show you just how much of an impact it has on
Mhm.
society.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't really. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think the bad words are are bad?
I recommend you watch that. I mean, long story short, it's kind of bullshit. It's just words. Like,
Agree.
Exactly.
why is shit bad and why is poop okay?
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's just different letters. Like, it
I
really is
agree.
just silly,
It's
but
different
it's just those
sounds
things
in
that
the
we
mouth.
carry on generation to generation, and then
Yeah. Hmm.
it stays like that. So, yeah, that's kind of my quick take on that.
I
Yeah.
think I understand why people would take it in a negative way as a curse word. I think when you attack people with words, I think that's where
Yeah.
people take
Mhm.
it as a negative thing.
But it's not even with profanity. It could be regular words, and it could be
Right,
hurtful.
Yeah.
exactly.
You don't need bad words
Exactly.
to
So I
put.
don't get the whole like don't say fuck, don't do it.
Mhm. When fuck is such an interesting word.
It
And
is.
then
It's
people
nice.
will replace it for fudge, and
Mhm.
like what?
Doesn't have
Like
the same
it
ring.
has the same purpose. It's just a different arrangement of letters.
It
Yeah.
kind
So
of just feels
it's
like you're
really
doing
silly.
something because someone wants you to do it away,
Hmm.
or they don't like it being said that way, and that's kind of bullshit. That's kind of like
Hmm.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a
Or
little silly.
that you look bad. That's one thing that I have against people that don't like swear because they say, "Oh, you sound bad. You sound vulgar."
Yeah, it's
But there's a
stigma.
lot of there's a lot of people that say bad words and are very very smart.
Mhm.
Most
One
people
thing
that
that
say
my
shit.
I remember one trainer that I had when I worked for Teleperformance. Um, he said because someone was trying to do like a presentation, he was like, "Hey, can I say bad words?" And he was like, "Well, remember, we don't use bad words to insult someone, to attack someone, to put someone down. Um, as long as you're not doing that, it's fine." So I think that's a good rule of thumb,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell my child.
Yeah, I'd recommend watching
Definitely.
that series. It kind of talks about
Yeah, I
how,
found
like, even just the degree to which people think bad
it. Hmm.
words are bad. So, for example, damn is considered just so much less of a bad word now.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
probably a couple of years from now, it won't even be considered a bad word. And they were saying
Exactly.
that shit is on its way there just because of how
Mhm.
easily you can replace it. Like, for example, you say, "Oh, pass that shit over there," or "That thing's the shit." You know, it's just such a
Mhm.
used word.
There's
So
also positive things that you can
yeah, I'm the
say with
shit.
bad word.
Like,
Yeah. Or not even you. You just say you're the shit, right?
mhm.
You know, you can use it to put people up. So I don't think bad words. That's another thing that is conflictive with a baby too, because it's like that's another thing. You at the same time you don't want your 2-year-old, 3-year-old running around saying fuck, 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 fuck.
It's kind of cool though.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it.
I think the only part that I would have issue with is I wouldn't want my kid to be at the fringe of society because of my fault,
Mm-hmm.
or to be ostracized because of my my own free thoughts, because I think it requires a certain type of mentality to live outside of, like, because you aren't in the culture, you won't be part of society, and you won't be part of the set rules that are in place. If your kid is like 10 and he's like in class going, "Oh, fuck you," the teacher's gonna write him up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
he's
there's
gonna get in
consequences.
trouble. Like, there's consequences, and I think
He's gonna
that's
be
where I would
singled out.
that's where I would draw a line. I think, like, I'd be
Yeah, because
careful with
the
my
kid's not
friend's
gonna
ideas.
understand that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And it's not even just with swearing. It's
Right.
right.
Mhm.
I had the conversation about how soon is it, how early do we tell him about Santa Claus or the
Never.
Three Kings?
Never. Don't lie to
Interesting.
your kid.
So what
Why
was
teach
That's
your
the
kid about
thing.
what
lying?
was the
You're like,
process there?
That's how I feel, right? Because
right? Like,
I grew up in a house where my dad was just like, no, I bought you this computer. There is no Santa. I worked hard to get you this.
yeah.
Right. And then it was cool. Like we understood, and that was fine. I don't remember I don't remember a Christmas where there probably was when I was smaller, but I don't remember a Christmas where I was like, oh, where, Santa
Yeah.
brought me presents. And I want my child to do that. But at the same time, I understand my girlfriend's mentality, because she's like, yeah, but that magic, like that magical moment, because she had that. She
The
did it.
magic is fake then.
But
Magic is a
the
lie.
magic is fake. Exactly.
I mean,
But
I
at the
don't think that
same
was
time,
that big of a deal because I don't know anyone that's really like been traumatized. Like, oh my god,
that's exactly what it is. There's not,
I
it's not
believed in
someone that
Santa.
there's.
Yeah.
They told me too soon. The thing is, the conclusion that we arrived at, I was like, okay, that's fine,
Uh,
right? Because you do have to make those concessions. It's like, okay, that's fine. You just don't want that your kid to be the first one to tell everybody, and you don't want him to be the last
I kind of would like my kid to be the
somewhere in
first one
between.
to tell everyone,
one.
though.
He's woke.
Hell yeah.
I want my kid to be the first one to figure it out. To
Okay.
Yeah.
critically think, like, come on, Dad. Like, really? He goes around all the
Oh, I
houses?
hope your kid's not like
There's
me. I was really like believed everything.
You still
yeah.
believe everything,
Oh, that's
Kike.
true. A little bit.
Shit.
Not as
Told you
much.
so many things.
Not as much, but yeah.
Remember when we said it, doing LSD in the woods would be okay?
Oh
Yeah, but we
no,
both
no,
said that.
no. That's
If
not
you remember
okay.
correctly.
That
And
does
at
not sound
night, it
like a
was
good
what
plan.
time was it, Joe?
It was
Like
10 o'clock.
Oh my
it
god.
felt later.
How was
It
the
did.
trip?
Oh, tell him, Joe.
It was spiritual.
Nice.
That's the
That's
best
not the
word.
word I would use.
Nice.
Oh,
I was
what word
scared
would
as
you
fuck. Like it was weird. We started
Hell
off in
yeah,
this
dude.
really nice place because we were next to this river
Right.
and we were just vibing, honestly. We were like,
eating gummy worms? Those were the best gummy worms I
you
had.
need to,
Oh,
if you ever take LSD, you got to pack some gummy worms.
yeah, yeah.
They're the best LSD snack. And so yeah, we started off fine. Whose idea was it to go into the jungle?
That was Ray. That
we need
was
to
our
cancel that
friend
person.
Raymond.
Damn.
So yeah, Ray, because Ray's more, he's British, so British people tend to not give any fucks.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
but plus also he had done it a lot. He's done. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to like burn him or get my
Burn
lead,
him.
No,
but
he's had more
he's
experience
had
than
more
There
us.
life
you go.
experience.
He's more experienced. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's wiser. Well, I don't know if wise is the right
I don't know
word.
about why. So he's just,
No, but I think he actually like helped us through it pretty
yeah.
well.
That's good. That's good.
Actually, I was kind of the baby there because Joe and Ray were the ones like guiding. I was like
Well,
scared.
I was just telling myself the whole time, like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
you're on LSD. It's okay. You're just tripping. What does that sound? Okay, you're just tripping on LSD. It's okay.
Yeah, it
That's
was just so
scary.
weird. Yeah, in
No,
the
but
woods. Oof.
it was because it was dark, like dark.
Yeah.
Like we had one little lamp, and if you did not shine that thing, you could not see. And then
Oof.
and then
And your
plants
imagination goes wild.
swerved. Yeah.
Damn. That shit sounds
Already?
freaky.
Oh, it's a 40-minute.
Mm.
That is 40. Well, we still got some time.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it at like the 5 minute mark.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was so like it was such a different experience than when, for example, we've done LSD just hanging out watching movies. It was just completely different.
Right.
Oh
Also, it
yeah,
didn't hit as
it
hard.
was a completely different experience.
Mhm.
Going a bit more into detail, like what, Joe, what things did you see? What things did you hear when you were on it?
In
I
both
remember.
cases.
No. When we were in the forest.
Oh, okay. Um, I was hyper aware. Like all my senses were like kicked up to like 10,000. Like, and it was weird. Like the amazing thing for me was like we were all feeling the same thing. Like if one of us got paranoid, everyone got paranoid. Right. And you didn't even have to say anything. You
It
just
was
looked,
weird. It was
and
like we were
everyone
all
was like, "What?
connected.
What?
We all experienced the same thing, and we kept repeating that we were experiencing, because
Yeah,
someone kept saying like, "Whatever you feel, I feel, man." And
that was you. That was you.
oh, that was me.
Yeah.
I swear I heard someone else say it.
Wait. So whatever I feel,
Because
you
I,
feel.
I I didn't know. I was asking that because I didn't know that was a
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
until someone said it, because I thought it was just me.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, no, we were all sharing this.
No, we're all. Well, that's what Ray said. He's like, "Yo, we're sharing this." Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
Ray.
it,
Uh-huh.
I don't think it was like, because in the beginning I was like, wow, it's some like spiritual thing, right? It connects us. But I think it's just that like your senses get really, just like you have empathy, right? Like if Caesar starts crying, I'm like, okay, well, what's wrong, right? I
Yep.
think that on LSD you get so hype, your senses get so hyper active,
Mhm,
and you're able to sense more than you normally would. And
mhm.
that was it, I think, because it was just like body language. Like if you just started feeling a certain way, like we would all feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe then we did have a little bit of a different experience, because like I was hearing voices and I was believing that those voices were real. I didn't have like any doubt that those voices were real. So for
Oh
example, when we
wow.
were in that like hedge, like
Yeah.
walking near the river, there's like a, do you remember when
Mhm.
I almost wanted to jump in there
Yeah.
and like Ray grabbed me because I
And
was like
I got
wanting
in
to.
front of you, and
Damn.
I wanted to jump in there.
yeah, he was
Like,
like he was walking towards it. Like he was
yeah, and I
walking.
was
It was
gonna do
pitch
it.
dark. It was pitch dark, and it
What?
wasn't that like the next morning we went and walked that
Yeah,
same
it's not that
trail.
bad.
And it was just like it wasn't like a cliff. Like at night it
Oh,
looks like this big ravine
At
that,
night on LSD, it looks different.
right.
but really it was just like a little play, like a little,
Like a ditch, like a little.
ditch.
No, but
Exactly,
like it goes to
exactly.
show you how dangerous it could be. Like that
Yeah.
could have
Definitely.
been.
He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go in there," and like he started walking. I got in front. I was like, "Ray," and then we just like, "Yeah, don't
Damn.
do this."
That's
Uh,
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, definitely. I definitely didn't hear voices.
I would have panicked. I would have been like, this homie's
I
trying to
was
kill
panicking.
himself.
It was like, okay, we gotta have a plan here, and we did have to, like, especially me, I did have to sober up a little bit more after that. Like a
Yeah,
little bit more like,
I
okay.
remember we had this system where we would just like say, "Oh, it's repeating," and then like there was something about cycles repeating.
Oh, the
You remember
loop,
that? The loops.
the
Yeah,
loops, yeah, the
I
loops.
don't really know how to explain those.
Um, it was just, I think it was we were going back to the same feelings of,
Hmm.
it was a really crazy experience,
Right?
Caesar, because we started at this little, like in this little ledge next to a river, and it was really peaceful and stuff, and then we have Ray telling us we got to go into this adventure, we got to go inside, right?
Oh man.
And I was in between. We had like the three different personalities, because he was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, well, it could be fun, but it's really nice here. We could just hang out here for a little longer.
Joe was the voice of reason.
Yeah,
honestly.
it sounded like that.
And-
I would
and
have
Kike
not have
was-
gone on an adventure. I would have been like, whoa, wait.
Well, that was Kike. That was like, he was like, "Well, let's just stay here. We're just gonna stay here, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not ready for that.
So we kind of like had to egg him on and like get him to come with us. Like, well, you don't want to be here we're not leaving here.
Yeah,
Aw.
that would have been much worse, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
We're like, well, let's go. And then that same thing would keep happening. We would walk and then we would stop by another ledge and then the same thing would happen. Let's continue. Let's go on an adventure. Well, we could just sit here a little longer.
We
No,
had the
let's
same
not go.
conversation like how many times?
Yeah, like maybe 4 times, 4 or 5, because it was like different
Felt more
places
than
that
that.
we would stop.
How big was the dosage? Do you remember?
It was a square.
It was just
A whole square?
Oh,
each?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were we not supposed to do that?
Well, I mean, I am a more preventive type person, so I would have started off with like a bite, like a little
No.
edge.
Well, they
I mean,
had done it before.
Yeah, but I had done half.
Ah,
You remember Isra, right, Cesar?
yeah.
I did half with him the first time.
Oh,
and I,
wow.
and I didn't really feel anything.
Were you like
So-
at a concert or just chilling
No,
out?
we went to.
We're just
I think we were.
walking in the
It was with
streets.
Joe too.
Yeah.
Like we went to this bar where you can play video games.
Nice.
Yeah, we went to a video game bar and we were just walking in the streets.
And then
he
after,
was-
I think we went to Ray's house. Well, then
Yeah,
I lived
Ray's.
with Ray,
Mhm,
Mm,
which is a friend of ours.
yeah.
We lived
huh.
together. It was
I
fun.
don't think I ever met Ray.
No,
He's a hoot. He's a hoot and a half.
He's rather new to the
Damn.
bunch.
But a whole square, that's an adventure. That's an
Well,
adventure
that was
and
my
a
first
half.
time. That was my first time doing it, and they didn't think I would do it because they surprised me. They were like, "So
Shit.
we have LSD. Would you be down?" And I was like, "Well,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That you
Peer
didn't know.
pressure.
well, they thought they were gonna have to peer pressure me a lot more than they had. to.
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. We're here. This
Nice.
would be the perfect time."
I think it
Nice.
lasted more than we expected.
Oh, yeah.
It lasted a lot longer. Like that. That's a 7-hour trip.
I felt like longer even. Like
Oh,
it doesn't
geez.
have the same intensity that
Yeah.
amount of time, but the
Yeah.
length of you feeling it is long.
The craziest thing I remember is because when we got back to the cabin, which was at like 12:30 at night, it wasn't that late.
Damn.
Because
Oh, we
somebody
thought-
found us.
Because somebody found us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Like yeah.
Were you guys lost in the woods?
Joe was like, "Sir, sorry, we're on drugs." It was the funniest thing. I was
No.
like, "Joe, why would you say that?"
Excuse me, we're on drugs and we don't know how to get back to the cabin. So
That's why I'm saying he would be a good dad because he's like, "Sir, we're on drugs." Like,
oh,
Can you help us?
before that, we were
we need some assistance.
sitting there next to the river, and all of a sudden we started getting really paranoid because we saw these lights start walking towards us. Right? And we're
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, what's gonna happen?" Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember everything.
Yeah,
Oh.
we started seeing these lights coming towards us, right? And then as they got closer, we figured out that it was someone walking towards us, right? We didn't have a fire or anything. There was a moon, but there was a bright moon, but it wasn't that crazy. And they started walking towards us, and then we started freaking out, like, what, being on LSD, all paranoid.
Yeah.
And it's the park rangers. It was just the park rangers coming to, make sure
To the
we were okay. Yeah. And they were like, "Hey, you guys,
dumbasses over here probably.
you guys doing okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're doing fine." And then everyone's like, be quiet. And I was like, "Listen, we're thinking about going in there. So if you come look for us and we're not here, just go look in there. We're tripping on LSD."
Oh, that was the
okay?
first time, right?
That was the
that
first
we saw
time,
him. Yeah,
yeah.
I remember.
Go look in there. And they were like, okay, don't worry. It was very obvious that they dealt with these type of people. Very obvious.
Right. Yeah.
Even the people there, it looked like they did some stuff.
Yeah,
They were
the
on
kids.
LSD at that
They were
time
also-
as well.
they were also on LSD.
All right, looks like we might need to take a quick commercial break here, guys. We're gonna hear a word from our sponsor, our non-existent sponsor, and we'll be
Oh, yeah.
back in a couple seconds. All right.
Okay.
Peace.
See you
soon.
soon.
Yeah, I've been wilding out in the forest. That's crazy.
And we're back, everyone.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was
we were tripping.
and
hard.
who lost the keys?
That was you. And Ray's super cool flashlight.
Didn't we find that, or
No,
he
he
found?
found it. He found
found
it
it,
the
right?
next. He woke up early the next morning. He walked the trail to find it.
Yeah,
Cool.
Ray woke up really early. Ray,
Yeah, he
that's like,
couldn't. He was like too. He loves being out
mhm.
in the woods, and that was like kind of what helped us, because I don't know if you remember, like at the end when we were walking back,
Mhm.
um, we took turns like guiding the trail, like guiding everyone back. Because
Wasn't like the dude guiding us back?
no, it wasn't until we got way further down, closer to the cabin,
Oh, okay.
because by that time we had already lost the
So we were
flashlight.
already on our way back.
No, yeah, we were already on our way back when he found us, and we had lost the flashlight.
Hmm.
Um,
How did that
because
even happen?
I don't know.
It's-
Okay. I,
Maybe in a moment of fear, you just let go of everything or something.
It was
I think he
Jesus.
left it in one of our loop ledges.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably.
he left it there, but I just remember like it was Kike's turn, because it was like we took turns guiding back, and then Kike finally got the confidence to go in front, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like Ray had walked that trail before, so he knew what, where to go.
Yeah.
So he was, and then I did it, because I knew the way on the way back. I remembered, the way we went up, and then Kike was like, "Okay, I feel good, you guys. Like, okay, we can trust you not to jump off anything, right?"
Oh yeah. Right.
The thing was
And
like just with anything. For example, do you remember that weird spiky plant that was pink?
oh yeah,
Like I would get really paranoid with things like that, and I would
oh
just stop and then just be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa,"
yeah,
and then
that
not want
was
to go
cool.
further.
They
That
looked
was
like,
cool, but I kept trying to touch it, and got like
yeah.
hurt.
Oh yeah, that
I was
hurts.
like, "Oh," and then I would go again.
Lol.
It's weird.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
we don't know
crazy.
what's
So
up.
did you guys get anything like a lot of people that do LSD and stuff like that? Did you get any like revelation for yourselves? Did you figure something out,
Oh, he doesn't know
or
about
was it
the
just,
movie
or
time.
was it just the experience of fear and trying to
Mhm.
navigate through the woods?
It was just, yeah, for me it was that definitely that like adventure of going
Hmm.
through, and it was really interesting. I didn't have like any insightful thoughts, just I'd never felt like that, which was
Right.
really really interesting. I think that trip for Kike was the interesting, like the more insightful, interesting
No.
perspective. No, it
Here's the
wasn't.
thing. Like every my first experience with drugs usually tends to be really scary.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like that one was just what, yeah, it was scary, but obviously I did it again, so it was like I was
Not that
Wasn't
curious
gonna
scary.
because
scare you
it's
off.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
I've always thought drugs are really interesting because they're not like nothing else in the way that they affect your brain, and there's nothing else that really does that. So
Hmm.
like your perception of reality changes.
Hmm.
So that's the really interesting thing about it.
Hmm.
The way you see the world, because like we're used to just seeing it with our eyes, you know.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, you still see it with your eyes, but you see it differently. You feel things
Yeah.
Well,
differently.
your own perspective. You only use your own perspective for everything.
Yeah, you're just used to seeing things a
Mhm.
certain way all your life,
Mhm.
and then it tells you like, oh, maybe there's different ways. I don't know. It made me kind of think about how maybe even different animals perceive the world in different ways.
Oh, you
That's
went
crazy.
deep.
That's crazy, man.
So it gives you like that kind of perspective, I
Yeah.
think.
That's
For
very
me,
interesting.
the biggest experience that I had was with DMT.
Yeah, let's
That's
talk
a
about
big
that.
boy, though. That's a big boy, though.
Oh man, that
tell
was
tell them how we even got in that
oh
situation though,
Jesus Christ.
because it wasn't on purpose at all.
We did not.
Oh,
It found us.
oh no. Unprepared DMT trip. All right.
Oh yeah, it was unprepared. We went. So what was that 2 years ago? 2019.
Good
Yeah,
times.
good
I
times.
missed that
Yeah,
year. That was
almost.
like one of my
2019
favorite
was
years of my life.
2019 was crazy. Uh,
Nice.
and we went to Tepoztlan. Had a boys trip to Tepoztlan, um, just to go out there, do drugs, and see what would happen.
Yeah, but not like, it was just weed. It wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
we just brought weed. We didn't bring
Kinda
anything
chill.
else. So we were trying to do a mushroom like thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I forgot about that.
remember, like I talked to some people, like some locals there. It's like, hey, I was like asking all the random people that look like they do drugs. Hey, you know where I can find mushrooms?
That's
Hey,
crazy.
Yeah, he was asking everyone.
I was
That's
asking.
insane.
'Cause
I'm too aware of myself to do that kind of stuff.
I was just on a mission because I wanted to go.
Yeah,
on a
when Joe
spiritual
puts his
journey.
mind up to something, he's gonna do
That's
it.
dope.
Yeah, we found a way to, like, we had book we were so it was the cigarette ladies, right? The cigarette girls.
Yes, I think
Yes, it was. There were girls selling these
artisanal cigarettes.
yeah, with like lavender and stuff inside these cigarettes. It was interesting, but I asked them, and they were like, "Well, I have this friend who's a biologist, and he does like mushroom guided mushroom tours." Right?
Mhm.
Okay. So she gave me a number. I called, like, hey, we want to do it. When can we do it? We had set it up for the next morning, and we were sitting in front of the stand where the cigarette girls are, and we were drinking some drinks. Kike had a pina colada, and
Hell yeah.
I was on the phone with these people, and I was like, all right, guys, it's set up. We're gonna go tomorrow. We're gonna do this mushroom retreat. It's gonna be fun. And this girl comes up to us, right? Because we had white people with us, and white people
We had
attract
2 white
a lot of-
people.
Right.
they attract a lot of attention, and she was like, hey, so what are you guys up to? And I was like, oh, nothing, we're gonna do this mushroom retreat tomorrow. And she's like, oh, really? You guys want to do DMT?
Whoa, that's crazy. What? And you
That
went.
girl
You
was
just
crazy,
said
though.
yes.
And
You
I was
said
like, wait,
yes.
wait,
You haven't even
wait,
heard
hold on.
everything yet.
You have it with you? Like, no, I mean, we'd have to go get it, but I mean, we could do it. I mean, where are you guys staying? And they're like, oh, well, we have an Airbnb right outside town. Like, we can go. And then, like, we all look at each other, and we're like, okay, yeah, we're doing it.
How about the Airbnb though? That was a nice one.
Oh, the Airbnb.
You felt like
yeah.
Pablo Escobar a little bit.
Yeah, we felt like drug dealers in Colombia. It's a nice Airbnb. We didn't have the whole house. We just had a part of it, but it's still cool.
Nice.
So this girl, we did not know how crazy this girl was, right? Because she was.
That's how all
like,
good stories start.
Yeah. There's always a succubus involved.
Definitely.
And we go, we go and find a taxi with this girl. We all get in this. Ben had left at that point, right? Or he was leaving. I don't remember. I think he had left.
Yes, he didn't experience that.
He didn't come with us.
Yeah.
And we go to pick up the drugs at this girl's house, right? We go back to the Airbnb, and we didn't know what to think because we're just like waiting outside her house. We're like, yeah, you guys can't come in because like they don't let me have voiceover, but I'm gonna go get it. I was like, okay. So we get back to the Airbnb, and she's super hippie. Like, she starts dancing. Like, she was showing us how to do it, kind of. Kike and Ray, they were just fooling around. They were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a nice trip. I was trying to have a spiritual journey.
But do you remember exactly what
Cool.
steps she said? Because like she said, like, you meet someone at a door and then she tells you, okay, you can come in.
Oh yeah, she said you have to ask for permission.
You're speed running through this story, Joe.
Because I didn't remember that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like telling us that you're gonna get to this place, and there's gonna be
Like
some
a gate.
being there. Yeah. And you have to ask them for permission. You have to
Yeah.
say, hey, can I come in? Right. And if you're okay with yourself, then they'll let you in, and you can pass through that gate. Right. These kids were not trying to pass through that gate. They were just trying.
Right. They're just having fun.
I mean, because it wasn't even in the plans in the first place. So we were just like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's
Damn,
just-
dude.
Mhm.
So I was the first one to take it.
You were the first one to take it. How was
Yeah,
that?
Whoa.
yeah. So my experience, um, definitely, oof, there's not really even words for it, I think. Well, you can try. Like
You
for
can try
example,
to find words.
it's it's like a it's a short experience. It doesn't
Mhm.
feel like a short
Yeah.
experience.
No.
So for example, I think for me, it might have lasted maybe 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Um, so, so like I remember looking at the ceiling, and I guess it's kind of like LSD in the sense that you things start moving. So, for example, I think the ceiling was made out of wood, so you kind of start seeing things moving. And I got up, and the weird part was everybody was looking at me, and there was a point where I didn't recognize any of them. Like I
Wow.
was like, who are these people?
Whoa.
Why are they looking at me? I got a little bit scared, and I remember snippets of it. I remember that part that I didn't recognize anyone. I remember like feeling connected uh, to like the bed I was laying on, like just being connected with everything. So like, but it was really, really short. So that was kind of like my thing. And then after that, we kept taking it over and over again. But like once you, if you start taking it over and over again, the effect just disappears. So it's not really that cool. So I think the way Joe did it was a lot more insightful. So we'll hear
Mhm.
what Joe's
Well,
experiencing.
I think it's with I think these drugs. It really depends on with what purpose you're going into it. Uh, what's your purpose? If you're just gonna fool around with you, that's what you're gonna get,
Yeah.
right? And I was trying to, see something because I had heard so many things about DMT on the Joe
Yeah.
Rogan podcast and
Of course.
other sources. I
Hashtag.
watched DMT, the Spirit Molecule.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one.
It's a great documentary. Um, and I the first time I just kind of got distorted things, right? But I guess I didn't smoke enough. This girl was going crazy. Like she smoked and she started crying. She started dancing. She started doing these dances, right?
Whew.
Yeah, I think we were
I would have
kindred
been
spirits
freaked
in the
out.
sense that we kind of let ourselves really go into it.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, and then the day after, I didn't get like the cool experience till the day after because like we were gonna go and I was like, all right, like I want to do it again. I want to try to go in, whatever it is, because I didn't really feel the experience. So um, we did it, and I remember, I smoked, took one hit, and then okay, take another one, and then take another one, and then was it her or was it Ray that told me that was telling me to do another one? I don't remember. I
I
think
think it's indifferent. It's well,
but no, but the voice was important to me because that's kind of like the last thing I heard.
oh, it was Ray.
I think it was Ray because he was
Oh
like,
yeah, because you have to take a
do,
specific amount of hits there,
do
or
Yeah.
another one.
just
Like when you feel like you've had enough,
you.
You
you take
haven't had
another one.
enough.
You
Yeah.
take
Yeah. Yeah.
another one, and I did, take another one,
And whoop.
and
Damn.
I just
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
he went
I
back a little bit.
didn't go to another planet. I didn't go,
You didn't ask
into.
permission to any being.
I didn't ask permission to anything, but so I started feeling the presence, like it was a presence, like something. To me, it felt like it was more than one presence. Like
Hmm.
I saw fractals and right in these colors that you can't really describe. Um, yeah, and I like the way the Joe Rogan describes it. It's geometric figures made out of love and understanding.
Definitely. Yeah.
I
That's
didn't
a good
feel
way of
any love and
describing it.
understanding, but
Yeah.
I, I think
And
everybody experienced it just
yeah,
differently.
it depends. And like and they didn't communicate with words with me. That's the thing that I remember the most. Is they didn't communicate with words. I just felt what they were trying to tell me, right? Which was, you're not ready yet. You need to let go, right? That's like the thing that pops up in my mind all the time, and that's what's been
Because
guiding
you were
me.
still dating Lucy then, right?
No.
You weren't?
I had already
Okay, I'm remembering
broken up
things wrong.
because it was my birthday.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that happened like I broke up with her like a month before.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um yeah, and it was it was just that like you got to let go, right? You're not ready. Right? And then I came back and I was just like, yeah, I just got to let go. I just got to let it flow.
Nice. Keep
Yeah,
it wavy, baby.
that's it.
Let's go.
And then he got it tatted.
And I got it
Oh
tatted.
shit.
Yeah, we
God
kind of
damn,
we
you went
kind
in
of pushed him
deep,
into
boy.
that.
Which I was not expecting to do that night either.
You did
Yeah.
it that night. Oh
No,
man,
no, no,
that's a
not that,
journey.
not no, not that
No,
night.
the
No,
night
no,
that
no.
he did it,
The
Oh,
night that I got tattooed, I wasn't expecting
yeah. Okay.
to do it.
because Ray got a
Uh,
bunny tattoo that day. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Ray got a bunny tattoo of Fred, yeah, just for fun, and his rib cage. And then I got this the DMT molecule, which
Nice.
let go in the inside. But it was a really insightful experience. Like because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for something. I didn't know what I was gonna find. I didn't know where it was gonna take me, but I found something. That was like the most helpful thing that I needed to hear. And I don't know if it was some other beings that I found. It could be. I don't know, but it could also be myself, like just internally.
Yeah, that's what I believe. I think it is because a lot
Hmm.
of people's trips really matter on how they feel,
Hmm.
on what they believe,
Hmm.
on how they see life. I really think it's just a personification of your inner self. You
Yeah,
know, I
of
really
your
do.
conscience.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it was it was telling me like, hey, let go, and it's exactly what I needed to do, right? Just
Right.
let go of everything, and
Nice.
now I have a baby,
And now you gotta hold on tight to that baby, man.
and now I'm not
You got a
supposed to let go.
bendición,
That's true.
got a blessing.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience with it, and I want to do it again. I really want to do it again to see how
Nice.
different it would be and how what I would get out of it now. Because I think that's something everyone should do.
Yeah.
I think that's something everyone should do. It dissolves your ego. Have
Uh,
you had
I
an
agree.
experience with that?
But wait, before you tell us, Caesar, I think it's not for everyone because I think like some
Mm,
people
Yeah.
might get a little bit
Might break
crazy
their
after
brain.
that.
Yeah. I think a lot. I
So
think you
just
need to
quick
be very.
disclaimer.
I think you need to be very like assured of yourself in a way.
Yeah, be
mm.
You
careful.
know.
Take it at your own risk. I don't want
Yes.
people
Yes.
blaming you,
Beware.
Joe.
We're not financial advisors. We don't do finance
Yeah, well,
here.
if you're
You
taking
make your
advice
own
from people in
choices.
a podcast, you're in
Yeah.
the wrong.
Yeah, you
But anyways, what about you,
probably
Caesar?
read a little bit. Yeah, have you had any experience with psychedelics?
Uh, I don't. It's too long of a story, but I think for me, it's mostly LSD.
Hmm.
And I'm a very musical person. So I don't like doing drugs without kind of like sounds around me or heavy drugs. I would need to have like at a concert, at festivals. That's the main place that I would ingest psychedelics was at festivals, concerts, parties. And for me, I think it's like it's not religious, but it's almost spiritual because the music
Hmm.
comes
Amen,
into
brother.
me,
Hmm.
like one of the best memories I have is like at a Corona Capital. It was with Isra actually, and I remember he gave me a piece of a square, and it was very strong for me. I don't know if that day I was just
I
more
think it also
easygoing.
is like the environment.
Yeah,
And
I felt like I was
Yeah,
more
for sure.
easygoing that day. I was feeling good, I was excited, good music, good people. And like I remember like the trees started breathing around me. They started breathing the music around me. And like I don't know, like I could see the music flowing into my body and like I would just start dancing and like everyone disappeared. Like it was just me, the music, the performance. It was crazy. Then I got extra hella hungry and I started getting a little scared because sometimes I have fits of
wait, what?
paranoia. Yeah, I started having like little fits of like paranoia and I started getting hungry. And I was like, oh, is something wrong with me? Like I couldn't understand that hunger was a normal thing. So I was like, what's wrong with me? Like
Am I
I don't feel
dying?
so good. Am I all right? Like, do I have stomach cancer? What's wrong with me? And so like it didn't take
Like,
me
nah, bro,
it
you
took
just
me a
need a
little
hot dog.
bit. Yeah, it took me a little bit to realize that I was just hungry. Like I was really, really hungry. And once I started eating, like the high went away, everything went away, and it was already late, so I didn't want to ingest anymore. But I've never had any like spiritual or any deep thoughts. I've never been a very spiritual person, I per se. Um, I'm always just more about the moment. I don't think that there's anything greater than. I don't think there's any beyond. Um, I'm more of a person who likes to enjoy what's there, when it's there, how it's there, why it's there. Music is like my favorite thing in the world. So I think I was more focused on like what I was experiencing than the inside of my head, which I really enjoy. I don't know if taking LSD in like a quiet setting is good for me because I am very paranoid. I do have like issues with starting to believe weird stuff, like someone's breaking in or like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack,
I think it's
Okay.
fine if you got people around you, and that kind of grounds you.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
supposed to.
I agree.
Well, I think that they're supposed to be taken with music because, like,
That's my dream
um,
to do it at a carnival like that, or a festival.
It's dope. It's
yeah,
dope. I
like,
10 out of 10 would suggest if you're listening to this podcast, this is an advice, a life advice.
Bucket
If you
list.
yeah, if you're at a concert or a festival and you really like the band and you really like the mood and the people you're with, it would be the best way to start off your journey.
Mhm.
Like because you're not very aware of yourself. And I think that's the dangerous thing with drugs is when you're very hyper aware of yourself, you can get got. You can get got by yourself and you can have a horrible trip and it ain't fun. It is not fun. Bad trips, I don't suggest.
yeah, you're supposed to have a caretaker there. Like, and also, children, make sure you know what you're taking. Also, that's a big thing.
Yes, also.
Make sure you know what you're taking. But I think hallucinogenics are meant to be taken with some sort of sound or
Mhm,
music behind it. I mean,
Like a
peyote,
stabilizing
yeah,
thing.
it grounds you. Like
mhm.
peyote ceremonies. Caesar, you know Graham Hancock, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he talks about how he's had these experiences with indigenous people that do peyote ceremonies, and they have the
Mhm,
drums and the fire,
yeah,
and it's like a technology,
yeah. It
right?
is.
Like,
Well, I think music is like, I don't know if music is special to anything other than us humans.
hmm
I think we
well,
derive a lot of from our senses around us, and music
hmm
is just hypersensory activity affecting your body. Like
hmm
maybe animals don't get music, but I think music to us humans is very, very special. It's very powerful, you know?
hmm well, there's birds that use songs to attract the mate.
But I don't know if it's like
But that's like with a
music.
purpose, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's for the purpose
Yeah,
of the sound. I think they don't dance to it. I don't know if they can
no,
like have the ego we
They're just trying
do
to
to
get some.
intake
uh-huh.
music we like.
Yeah, yeah, to just sit there and listen to something, or
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
think critically about or
Yeah.
relate it to ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's amazing how whales communicate in like song form. Like,
Mhm.
ooh,
Yeah,
I
that's
think it's really
dope.
cool.
Mhm.
Deep echolocation.
Ooh.
Yes.
And then like they all have their own accent. That's
Oh, for
Yeah.
real? I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Dolphins. Yeah, orca whales. They have like different accent. Like different pods will have a different
Mhm.
accent depending
Whoa,
on
that's
where they are. Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mhm.
Damn.
cool.
Different like
Animals are
dialects.
amazing.
Animals are crazy.
Oh, those are cool,
I
man.
love watching animal documentaries. It's always a trip.
Same, same.
Well, it's interesting that you said it about like doing LSD on something outside of music because Joe and I did it because we were watching. Have you seen Love, Death, and Robots? I think it's called.
Yeah, the little animated series on
Mhm.
Netflix.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
On acid, like watching a series like that, I
Wow.
think is a fun
Yeah.
experience.
Oh man,
Well, you
that
enjoyed
was
it, right, Joe?
awesome. Oh yeah, I had a great time.
I th-
And then we
Sounds
watched
really
Treasure
cool.
Planet.
Dude.
Oh, that movie's great. That movie's fucking dope. I love that movie. That shit makes me cry every time.
Right? It's not even about the treasure
It
or the
was
Nah, it's not
never
penny.
even.
about the treasure or the planet.
It's about the friends you make on the way.
It's about
It's
a,
about
a kid
daddy
with
issues.
daddy
That's what
issues.
it's
It's about daddy issues for real though.
It is a
about.
beautiful
Daddy
movie,
issues.
though.
We just sat there and analyzed the movie. We just sat there like,
it's really cool because like when you're like thinking on LSD, it's fun. We were actually talking about like
Yeah.
humanity and everything afterwards, and I
Mhm.
think we got into some deep topics.
Yeah, we
Hmm.
got into some real deep topics that I really don't remember anymore.
Yeah, I do. We were talking about like the evolution of humanity and
Oh,
how
okay.
Damn,
like
you guys
what.
went in deep.
Oh yeah, we get in deep.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty fun.
drugs will do that to you.
Do you prefer LSD or weed to talk about shit? I prefer weed though. I'm
Oof,
gonna be honest.
Both.
it's
I
both.
like the effect of both actually. I
Hmm.
think they kind of
Mm.
enhance each other.
Damn,
Oh, I'm
you want
done
to
right
hyper
now.
clap yourself? You're crazy.
I'm kind of like
Yeah.
that though.
I have
I
a
think.
rule about one drug at a time, taking one drug at a time.
I agree with Joe. I agree with Joe.
I
You
don't
know.
Yeah,
know. Uh-huh.
I don't know. It was fun. It was so different than with weed though, because
Mhm.
you with I think with hallucinogenics you get more hallucinogens. You
Mhm.
get more insightful. You get more within yourself. You get more perspective. I don't know. It's different than weed because
Mhm.
I just talk shit with weed.
I just eat pizza.
Talk shit.
Then I go to sleep.
I
Talk
go to
shit.
sleep.
Get hungry.
Yeah.
Yo, Caesar, actually, Joe was the one that introduced me to weed for the first time
Damn, man.
Yeah,
outside of Jericho.
I was that friend.
You're a
I
bad
was that
influence,
friend.
homie.
Yeah, I was that friend. We finished class or something. I don't remember. And
I don't know. I don't remember either. We were just outside of Jericho.
and we're like, hey, you want to go somewhere and smoke weed?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think me and Joe have smoked weed, like a little
No
pipe.
way. Really?
Really?
Yeah, I think walking around Jorgle too, like with a
Oh,
little tiny pipe.
That's the spot.
Yeah, with a little black pipe or something like that. And we were just
oh,
walking down the streets around Jorgle.
oh, yeah. Like in
I
the back
think so.
street. Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
back street. Just went.
We were just chilling out, you know?
Mhm.
Now it's gonna be
You
like
know.
police out Jericho, like
No, there's
watching.
gotta be. Yeah, yeah. We would just go, in the side streets and
Hmm.
so yeah. That's absolutely right. I've done that with so
Hmm.
many people.
Yeah. It's just a good stress reliever
You're
after
the
fucking
guy
like
that
going
Oh,
on
mothers
Fridays.
warn people about.
yeah.
Careful with that guy. He's just so so
Yo, you
sketchy.
see that guy there? Don't
Sketch.
talk to him.
Don't talk to him. He's gonna
Don't do it.
offer you weed.
He's gonna offer you
He's gonna
drugs.
offer you weed, LSD, DMT with hippie girls. You're gonna ruin your life. You're gonna
It's
quit
that rock star life,
school.
baby.
Well, when you
Fuck.
talk, you say it like that.
Well, how else are you gonna say it?
You put it that way. Probably
There's no
wouldn't want
good
my
way to
child
put
hanging
it.
out with me. Eh,
Uh,
he's gonna give you weed and talk to you about.
no, but you know what? I
Yes.
think these kind of conversations are crucial for parents to have with their kids,
Oh yeah,
Yes, I
yeah, for
agree.
so
sure.
so that
Mhm.
they know what they're getting into.
The
Oh
world is
yeah.
vast and dangerous, for sure.
There's a
Mhm.
For
lot of
sure.
Joes out there,
There's a
so
lot of
I would
Joes
just
out
say be
there.
There's a
careful.
lot of evil Joes out there that will fuck you up, for
Yeah,
sure. You know?
Evil Joe. Yeah, not
yeah,
everyone is like as chill as Joe.
yeah.
I mean, when it comes to
They'll give you weed laced with cocaine. Like I don't
Hell
do
yeah, they'll
that.
give you that angel dust.
that angel dust.
Yeah, we don't do that. That's something that I've been thinking about. It's just like how am I gonna prepare this person for the real world?
Scary, man.
Right? It's scary. It's
That's
scary.
scary.
You
Yeah, like
can't you can't ever
am I
completely do
even?
it,
Mm,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
but
try.
I think you
Right,
can
right.
get like the basic
Yeah,
stuffs. Like
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like one thing I want to teach him, like because I don't know about your experiences when you were a kid, but for me, I remember like it was just like two extremes. It was um, being shy, right, and not like interacting with people correctly, and then the other side is trying too hard, right, which I think
Hmm.
both are not. And that's something that I want my kid to figure out earlier
Right.
in life, right? Because I figured that out way later. Just be
Hmm.
yourself, hang out, right? This is how you make friends. This is how you make enemies.
mhm.
Yeah.
So
Like
uh,
socializing.
socializing, yeah,
Hmm.
definitely, yeah. With socializing, you need to give your kids social, and a lot of kids learn their social skills just from hanging out with other kids.
Mhm.
early in their life. But there's also those parts like how to make sure that people don't step all over you, right? If you're too,
Right.
right?
That's important. Yeah.
Exactly, right? And how to make sure that people don't shun you because you're too aggressive or you're too insistent or something,
Yeah.
right? And I think those are things that we need. That should be like basic education for children.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Like,
they know the Pythagorean theorem, right?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
they
dude. That
know.
shit's
You
important, man.
gotta.
That shit's so important.
I've used
Yeah.
it
Whew.
2 times in my
Mitochondria,
adult
what is it? The powerhouse of the cell, brother.
our house of
Dude,
the
how does
cell.
everyone know the same thing?
The
Is it
power.
because we all went to the same educational system or what? Like,
Well, yeah,
I
that's why
don't
it's
know.
government prepared.
Jesus.
We have the same internet. That's why.
Kind of, dude.
We have the same memes.
Yeah, that's it.
so, so yeah. No, but I agree. I think education, there should be some class about just like how to live,
Yeah,
So
how to be
many
free.
things.
taxes,
Nah, fuck taxes.
Taxes, fuck
I think you
taxes.
should
But
know
Fuck
though.
tax.
Like you
financial
should be aware.
education is
Yeah,
important, and
like
that's something they
Spend
don't
it all.
credit.
Yo, buy some GME stock. Done. You good.
done.
Just
Investing
hop on Reddit.
cryptocurrencies.
Hop on Wall Street bets. That's your financial
Yes.
advisor.
Isn't that wild though? That what
Reddit.
happened?
Just go on Reddit.
Crazy. Just go on
Just get
Reddit,
on
bro.
Reddit, my man, and you'll
Oh,
be good to
man.
go.
Reddit will teach you everything you need to know.
You know, something that I wish I had as a kid, just
Mhm.
being honest here, I wish I had a place to be more honest. I feel like as kids, we live in a society in which it's kind of scary, like to
Mhm.
be honest with an adult. It's kind of scary to be honest with a teacher, to be like, yo, like, I'm actually afraid of this. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Mhm.
And I feel like if I was a parent, I try to provide a safe space for like
Yeah.
honesty.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
all right, bro, like you come to me and you tell me I fucking hate school, I'm failing all my classes, I don't get it, but I won't belittle them and I won't attack them and I won't attack their being, you know?
Mhm.
And I feel like that's something that was lacking in my childhood, was a safe place to like be free, you know?
Mhm.
And I just pent this shit up and I just like forced myself to be this free kind of person with like, and I'm too aggressive sometimes and I have like crazy thoughts and shit.
Mhm.
And it's tough. I wish I had a safe place.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I had had a safe place when I was younger.
A lot of people feel like that. I'll take it one step further. A place where you have no expectations, where the
Yeah.
person don't have, because I think that's where that comes from, right?
Yeah.
That fear, because you're like, oh, they're expecting me to be this, they're expecting me to
Right.
do that, and it's so easy for us to reflect our, you know, dreams and hopes and what we wanted to do, and that's something that I've thought about too. Is how am I gonna make sure that my kid understands that I don't have an expectation, that I
Yeah.
just want him to be curious. That's really what
Yeah.
I want.
Pure love. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's nice. It's
Just
gonna be hard
about.
though.
Oh,
be hard.
it's already hard,
Gonna
man.
be.
Gonna be. Right? He's gonna
Well, I
start
mean,
walking.
I think
soon.
it's
This
I
is
think
the
it's
easy
hard
part.
now because of like the physical reality, you know, like having to take
Yeah.
care of a baby. But I think it's gonna get harder because like that baby's gonna learn how to think. And then not only from you, it's gonna pay attention to the world around it.
Mhm.
And the world around it isn't necessarily what you believe.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You
it's
know?
gonna listen to the
That's the scary
hanging
part.
with the homies podcast, and it's gonna get some weird ideas, and you don't want him,
You don't want them
into
around
that
this
kind of
crew,
stuff.
you know?
So, Dad,
Well,
I
hanging with these
heard you
homies.
did
Yeah. I think it's tough. I think it's gonna get a little tougher, but from
Oh
like
yeah.
what I heard you say and like the type of person I think you are, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know you that well, but you seem to be a good person. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Aside from the fact that we smoked weed in
tries.
dark alleys together,
Yeah.
you don't know me very well.
Deep down,
I think to get to know someone, you actually have to spend a ridiculous amount of time with
for sure.
someone. You know, I really do think so. I
yeah,
think
and
you
you
have to
never
like
get to know someone 100%. So
Oh
you
yeah.
just
exactly.
You know, I
Exactly.
figured that one out. You know,
Uh,
living with someone,
and their
right?
Yeah.
parents,
You get to really know people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and having a
Mhm.
kid with someone, I assume is another
Having a kid
ball
is
game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making a person.
Yeah, I mean, those are
together
things
is-
like probably me and Caesar can't really comprehend.
Relate to. Yeah, I don't know about having
But
children.
you well, it's not, you don't relate to it maybe in that way, but with other things. I mean, just a commitment together with another person.
Right. Yeah.
This commitment can, you have to make sure it stays
I
alive,
feel like
but you can get a Tamagotchi with someone.
I don't know. I feel like most commitments you can actually just back out of. But I don't think babies you should,
No,
or you
no,
even
No,
can.
that's not.
Yeah,
You can. There's a lot of people that have, but you
can,
shouldn't.
but then they make Treasure Planet about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I guess it didn't turn out so bad then.
They rejected.
They create masterpieces.
Yeah, actually, art is a form of a human pain, human
Oh, yeah.
reality.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's a weird experience. So time's running out here. Just before we wrap up, I'd like to know, Joe, Team Kong or Team Godzilla?
Look.
This is make it or break it for our friendship. Just
My heart says Kong, but we all know Godzilla has done some crazy
Damn.
things. And yeah, I've seen Godzilla shoot laser beams out of his eyes.
Me
It's
too.
no contest. It's no contest.
You're in the same boat, Cesar?
Nah, I think they're gonna do some bullshit where they gotta
I
work
think,
together. Or
yeah.
something.
Martha.
Something about Martha.
Some
Exactly.
Martha
Yeah.
bullshit.
Beat me
Some
by
Martha
1 second.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly the
You know?
director said they're not going to do that.
Oh, then
I
I'm
don't know.
Team King Kong. Let's go.
Yes.
I just want a death battle. That's all I want. I want a death battle.
I'm really excited for that movie.
That's
Yeah.
hype.
Probably more excited than I should be for my age, but all right.
I'm really excited to watch it in theaters.
It's gonna.
Oh,
I
man.
don't
miss
think
the
you can
movie
watch it
theaters.
anywhere else
Me
because, like,
too.
for that size of monsters, you need a
Yeah.
giant screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh. All right, we'll take an Uber to a drive-in theater.
Fuck
Yes,
yeah.
please. I'm rooting for King Kong also. I think he's gonna
Nice.
beat his
Yeah.
ass. I think he's gonna win mostly because he's teamed up with humans, and humans always win in
Same.
movies.
Same.
So
Same.
Humans always win.
It'd be tragic if he dies, though.
I'm gonna cry. Probably.
It's Harambe all over again.
Dude, what if this happens? Something goes on, and Kong, because he's a smarter creature, risks his life for Godzilla, Like, he takes the bullet for Godzilla and ends up dying a heroic death.
Mecha Godzilla tries to kill Godzilla.
Yo,
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Hanging with the Homies podcast.
Spoiler alert, guys. All right, boys, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for coming on, Joe. Congratulations for being the first guest on the Hanging with the Homies podcast.
I am the first
homie.
guest. And congratulations on getting this thing
Homie
going. It's
numero uno.
great.
Yeah.
Damn.
A lot of people are going to enjoy it, I think.
Hopefully.
Fun. It's some fun times. We
You're
hope
doing
you
God's
do.
work.
We hope you enjoy
I
it.
don't
Thank
think
you
we're
for
doing God's
joining
work,
us.
but we're doing
Of
work.
course.
We out here.
We're doing King Kong's work.
God
All
comes.
praise the Kong.
All praise the Kong. Hell yeah.
All right, boys.
See you
It
guys.
was a
Good
pleasure.
time.
Take
Have
care.
a good weekend, guys.
Yeah, same.
Chill out. Keep it wavy.
Keep it wavy.
Keep it wavy, brothers.
All righty,
Take care.
man.